Hey guys, I am going to do a year-end review on a 2020 Can-Am Outlander 570. Before we get started, I want to encourage you guys to subscribe to my channel. It really helps out. Not only that, leave it a comment, share this video, and of course, give it a thumbs up, guys. This is a Can-Am that we're going to do a year-end on, but let's go ahead and have a look at how many miles and hours we have on this machine here. So we have 571 miles and 64 hours of use, 63 and 42 minutes to be exact, but there you go. What you're looking at is just the base entry Can-Am. This isn't the DPS model. That's the next model up above from this one, and then from there they just keep on climbing higher. So I did a few things aftermarket to this Can-Am. For one, I installed a 20-inch light bar that's made by Nylite, and then I also installed a 3,500-pound winch that's actually made and manufactured by Can-Am. So the other thing I have on here is the Colpin ATV storage bag, and those are just the extras that I added to this ATV. So pretty much when you buy this ATV right out the door, all you get is the ATV itself. I have owned this ATV for about 5 or 6 months, and within the first couple months there's a few things that I go ahead and call were issues. The first one was my speedometer wouldn't work all the time. It was kind of a hit and miss if it was going to work. But what I did was I took this dash console off, replugged in the wires, and I never had a problem since then. I've also read on a thread that if you take this back, Can-Am does a software upgrade. But for me, I didn't take it in. I actually, like I said, just unplugged the wires, plugged them back in, and that did the trick. The other thing that had interesting happen is on the fuel side over here, and it was actually coming from the fuel tank. So on the right side of the Can-Am in the rear, just above the tire here, is where the fuel tank sits. So as the ATV got really hot, I would have an extremely loud hum and hiss come off the gas tank. So when I would go ahead and open up the gas cap, you would hear this huge amount of pressure being relieved, and you would go ahead and tighten it up and you could hear that pressure rebuilding. Now, I had an appointment with my local dealer to have that addressed, but it was in the middle of COVID, and or when COVID started rather, and I didn't even have a chance to take this in, but for whatever reason the noise just went away. And so I don't know if this is something that I am going to have to deal with as it gets hot again, or if it's just going to stay like this where it never comes back. But if there's somebody watching this video that has had this happen to you, leave it in the comment box below what you guys did, because I don't know if this is resolved or something that's going to come back. Aside from the few things that I just mentioned about this ATV, and again, they are no longer a problem, this ATV is super powerful, guys. It has a 48 horsepower engine that is a V-twin Rotex powered engine, and yeah, it has plenty of power to get the job done. So what I use this ATV for is primarily to go ATV trail riding through mountains, the desert, and I also use this to go ATV camping. So yeah, no problem navigating any type of steep, grady country, any type of rutted out country. It just handles the trail like nobody's business. Seriously, it is an awesome bike. I love the feel for it. Has a very comfortable ride. The seat on there is very comfortable. You don't get any driver fatigue on your thumb. You don't feel any driver fatigue just in general like you would on a rough ride. So yeah, everything on this ATV does really good on trail. The other thing is this has a 5.4 gallon gas tank, so you could expect to ride for a long time before having to worry about filling up again. Now, I'm going to give this a conservative approach. I'm going to say if you're loaded like I do for ATV camps, conservative 80 miles that you'll get out of this, which is still a lot of ride time. And if you're empty and you're just riding with some trail snacks and you just got day use stuff, you'll probably get to anywhere from 100 to 120 miles. No joke, guys. This thing could ride for a long time. And the other thing is you know, those mileage assumptions, they're all based on what type of terrain you're riding in. So yeah, that's a conservative approach on this particular ATV. Another awesome feature about this ATV is the engine brake that comes with it. If you're going downhill, know that the power of this engine brake is going to make you feel that more confident. So yeah, putting this even in four-wheel drive with low on, man, going downhill is not going to be a problem, even on some of the most challenging terrain that's rocky or smooth, whatever it is that it's throwing at you. Just know that you're going to have that confidence going down. That's what I love about this ATV. Not only that, the four-wheel drive system, even going uphill or whatever you're going to throw at it, I have not had any problem whatsoever. And I don't know if that's all part of the Visco-Lock four-wheel drive system that the Can-Ams have, but man, that Visco-Lock is something else. So the way it works is it's basically a limited slip type of transmission. So when you're going down trail and you start to feel slippage on one of the tire sides, it's going to automatically transfer power so that way you could gain that momentum and basically get through anything. I kid you not, man, this is a sweet four-wheel drive system. So yeah, I've used it a few times and I have not had any type of problem at all. Up on your front racks, you can hold up to 120 pounds, and again on your rear rack, you can hold up to 240 pounds. So that's pretty generous with how much weight you could put on the front and the rear. Towing, you could pull up to 1,300 pounds. Again, that's pretty generous. Right back here, underneath the storage bag is a 2.9 gallon storage bin. So inside of there, I just carry ATV tire repair kit and a few tools in case I need to do any type of work in the field. Underneath the seat right here, let's go ahead and pull this up. You have access to your batteries. So of course mine is all wired with the winch and also my light bar, but there's your battery. You got your brake reservoir right there for your fluid. You also got access to your air filter underneath your console right there. And then if you pop off your speedometer up here, you have access to your reservoir to go ahead and put antifreeze. Now you also have on the right side of the bike right here access to go ahead and put your oil in there. Yeah, pretty easy to get access to some of the things here on this Can-Am. So yeah, when you're trying to add fluids, you're up and going pretty quick. And I love that your battery is actually underneath the seat there in the rear. So if you need to swap out batteries, you're going to be able to do that pretty quick. I actually own a 2014 Polaris Sportsman's, and they had the battery down in there. And so when I installed my winch on that Polaris, it was a pain to install a winch. So that leads me right into the next thing. If you're going to install a winch on a Can-Am, I would suggest go ahead and spend the extra money and get the winch that's made by Can-Am, because they go ahead and cut the wires to specs, and so it's pretty much plug and play to install their winches. And like I said, the only con is that you're going to spend a little more money up front, but it's plug and play, and it's pretty dang easy the way they have it. So when I ran this nightlight light bar, I just plugged in to the side right here, ran my wires, ran that back into the battery, and yeah, really wasn't challenging to run wire on this Can-Am. So yeah, that's pretty dang awesome. If you're wanting to do any aftermarkets on your ATV, that you should fly through that pretty quick. The tires that you're looking at, they're stock. They came with the Can-Am, which are the Carlisle Trail Wolf. Not a big fan of these, so I'll probably run these to the end of their life, and once that happens, I'll put on some better tires. The other thing that I want to go over here is not a big fan of the lights up here. I had to actually run out of the backcountry one time on an ATV camping trip pretty late at night, and these did terrible, which is the reason why I installed that light bar right there. So not a big fan of these. Even when you click it in bright, it's really not that bright. So if you're getting a Can-Am and you're planning on doing some night riding, just go ahead and do yourself a favor and go ahead and buy a light bar or something like that, so that way you have some more light on trail. Alright guys, that's it for the year-end review on a 2020 Can-Am Outlander 570. I may have missed something, but yeah, feel free to leave it in the comment box below. I will be more than happy to answer any questions. If you're looking at a 2021 Can-Am Outlander 570, you're pretty much looking at it right here. The only difference is the year. Again, this is a 2020 Can-Am Outlander, so from what I understand, the 2021s are pretty much the same as this, other than the year. But yeah, subscribe to this channel, guys. It really helps out. And leave it a like, drop a comment, and until the next one, guys, I'll see you on the trail somewhere. You guys take care.